Welcome to our brand new episode of TVGP's Critical Misses. I'm your very under the weather boss, Boston. Yep, that's me, under the weather Boston. There's a cold front that came in, over the bay. I don't know, I've never been there. Anyways, joining me as always is Moonpear.
Hello.
And we are here to talk about the most, well, not the most recent for us Ghost album, 2018's Prequelle. I'm sure there's some fancy way that Papa would say it for this track. Let's just get into it. Again, like the last couple episodes, this is just a one-parter, so we're going to dive right in the album. If you haven't listened to it, take a pause right now, go listen to it. Listen to it track by track. I'm not your boss. I'm not here to tell you how to do it. First track here, Ashes, another short intro instrumental. Anything to say on this one? I got nothing on this one.
Hey, I love a good creepy Nestrogram. I
True.
really do.
True.
Especially when, you take it and you tweak it to your own thing.
Yeah, especially when it's about the Black Plague, which apparently this whole album is about, which, sure, okay.
Ringa Rosie's a pocket.
Right.
Yeah, go. If you're not aware and you haven't seen V for Vendetta, like maybe go, do some research on what that song is all about, please and thank you.
Also, go look at the many different variations of that rhyme for the different countries around the world, because Moon's rhyme and my rhyme are going to be pretty significantly different, so that's fun.
Yes.
First real track here, Rats.
The enunciation, man. The enunciation is really stellar in this song.
Yeah, this is I think this is one of my favorite Ghost tracks, kind of overall, just because it's kind of, I don't even know how to put it. It's a wild song overall, and it's kind of like dark fun in a way that I think Ghost nails really well when they manage to hit it.
Yeah, definitely. And like it's a really cool like switch up, like the delivery. The delivery specifically on the word rats is the thing you expect all of the vocals to be for this band from the moment you first start listening to it.
Oh, whoa, rats.
And it turns out it's not.
Right. I think my only negative about this song is I wish the riff at the end was about 30 minutes longer. I think that's one of
30 minutes longer.
I think it's one of Ghost's best riffs, hands down, and it's way, way, way too short. Although it's also we talked about it in the last episode, where there was that instrumental that was the melody from Rats. That finally comes to pass here, and kind of that like harpsichord or electric piano sort of part at the end. That's where that finally comes in. So yeah, Rats I think is really great, and I think it's really interesting to see a bit of a different sound from them and have it kind of really nail it on this one. Followed up by the next track, Faith. To me, I think this is a top 5 Ghost track of all time.
Okay. I mean, it's much heavier than anything we've really heard so far.
Yeah, I think it's one of the heaviest. I really love the opening kind of up and down riff, and then it moving into the very heavy riff for the rest of the track. I feel like Ghost doesn't always do a great job of nailing the kind of like big arena chorus where it's like, all right, I'm gonna be screaming this with about 2,000 other people, but I feel like this one with I'm all eyes, I'm all ears, like the chorus here I think is really, really strong, and I think that kind of nails the whole thing.
Yes.
Yeah. I like
Yeah,
this
like the
song.
guitar line in this song is incredible.
Mm, yeah, I unfortunately haven't seen Ghost live, but if I do and they don't play this track, I'd be pretty bummed because I think this is one of those you want to see live pretty badly. Um, okay, next track here is "See the Light." Uh, man, I
So, it
yeah,
seems like you don't like this song.
I don't I don't like the rest of the album.
Okay, starting with this song, I'm assuming.
This to me is like there's some stuff that I think is a little bit interesting here, but I think the number one, many a rat I've befriended just makes me think Ratatouille, and I really don't think that's the vibe you're going for this song. Um,
Okay.
but to me, it sounds 80s in the way that I don't like. And like
Okay, for me that is a different song on this album, but okay.
but yeah, you'll hear me say that a couple of times. But I I think the chorus could be really interesting. We have the rolled R's from this Papa again, which I think could be cool. But there's so much of it that sounds like the cheesy power ballad from the 80s that I I like the previous Ghost stuff where it's kind of leaning into the psychedelic 70s stuff and the harder stuff. And when it moves into this kind of 80s, then you'll see the light, drink me, eat me thing. I'm just sort of like, this isn't for me.
Okay. Okay. This might be my favorite Ghost song so far.
Wow. Okay.
So, and I'm coming at this from a slightly different angle because there's a lot of thing in this song specifically about, look, you messed with me, you messed me up, like I'm getting stronger because of all of the crap you have thrown my way,
Mm.
essentially.
Mm-hmm.
I spent a lot of last year delving deep into the lyricism of a certain Kendrick Lamar.
Sure.
And there was a really popular like response to Kendrick Lamar's infamous diss track on Drake,
Mm.
which was, "If I've been taught one thing by Kendrick Lamar, it's not that I'm a hater. It's the fact that I'm not hating enough."
Okay.
This song gives me that vibe where it's just like,
Mm.
yeah, it's it's not a positive song, it's not a happy song, it's not nothing like that. It's like, oh hey, maybe hate a little bit more.
Mm.
Like that's what you should be doing, is hating even more than you think you should. Just hate it for people who deserve it. 100% be the hater you want to be.
Mm. And I will give this track credit because I think it is nice to see Ghost, for as much as I respect and really like the first three albums for being, we're taking the words and the visuals and the kind of rituals around traditional Catholicism and Christianity, and we're kind of flipping them around a little bit. I think that kind of has an expiration date. Like you can only do so many things like that so many times before people are like, okay, yeah, like sure, like oh, it's dark Christianity, like how droll. But
Uh-huh.
I wish this song had a little bit more a little bit more heaviness and a little bit less of like the kind of 80s-ness that I don't like. So
Yeah. Okay. I can understand where you come from. I love this song though.
yeah.
I really do. And I specifically come at that from the lyrical side of things. Where it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's the
Especially the
stuff.
fact that it's like a really slow, like quiet, mellow song. But when that chorus kicks in, oh boy, does that chorus kick in real heavy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Next track here, Miasma, is a instrumental track. I had the wild.
Can I just read my notes for this
Yeah, go ahead.
track? I like this. It's very high energy, and I like the fact that each instrument gets its chance to shine. Also, F me, is that a damn saxophone? What
So
a
like,
surprise!
I had the wildest. I don't know how I haven't heard of this song before. I had the wildest trip of like listening to it and be like, all right, it's starting off pretty solid. Like we've got some good guitar work. We have some good, like you said, there's some really good keyboard stuff. The guitars and the keyboards are kind of harmonizing. All right, like, ooh, it's really kicking in. Yeah, is that a saxophone? What's happened? Ooh, the
Uh-huh.
saxophone is really good. Ooh,
It
sax
immediately
solo.
reminded me of the meme guy. You know who I'm talking about
Uh,
when I say the meme guy with the saxophone.
Jack Black, play something, sax man. Um, I I like this track. I just it's
It's really good.
shockingly,
It's really good.
yeah, it's a bright spot on this album. I think that's really good. Next track here, Dance Macabre. Um, I I will admit I have a really soft spot for this song. I I don't necessarily think this song is good. I also think its music video is not great. I really love a turn of phrase and
Okay.
the chorus having "I want to bewitch you in the moonlight." It's not "be with you" like people think. Um,
Bewitched.
yeah, it's "bewitch you," but also the kind of turn of phrase of like it also genuinely does sound "be with you in the moonlight, bewitch you
We
all night."
really need to do like a hip hop season if you're a fan of tenor phrase.
Oh,
Like we need to break down some hip hop songs because
trust me,
oh
I listen
boy.
to enough. I listen to enough rap and hip hop to recognize some real good stuff. And I think Ghost traditionally hasn't done that. It's been a lot of like
Mhm.
here's we're just kind of laying it out pretty clearly. Um, and I think with this track they take that kind of 80s sound and I think they make it their own a little bit. I like that quite a bit.
I don't like this song in the slightest.
Okay. I like I like
It
we're on opposite sides of this album this time.
yeah.
That's fun.
It is a fine song, but if there is ever a song that gives me 80s vibes, it's this song. Like, because
And it's
this
not
feels like
positive
it
80s
could.
for you.
No, because this song feels like it, I mean, it's not negative. It's very neutral, kind of
Sure.
80s. This feels like it could be in a movie that the Bamfcast covered. Like that's how 80s this feels. Like it's just
BMFcast.com for
got
our
the
friends, the Bamfcast.
yes, it's just got that vibe to it
Mm-hmm.
where it's just like yeah,
Like you're
yep.
walking out of the theater after like a bad 80s witch movie and you're like, oh, bewitch you in the moon. Yeah, all right. I get it. Anyways,
Uh-huh.
let's go to Kmart. Yeah,
Yes.
I
Dude,
get it.
let's go to Blockbuster.
That's right. Yeah, let's go rent a better movie. Um, yeah, I get it. I this is interesting because I think this is one of my favorite, maybe like guilty pleasure Ghost tracks. But you saying you don't
Hmm.
like it totally makes sense, and I think it kind of dances on the razor's edge on that one. Next track here is Pro Memoria. God. I like the kind of extended orchestral intro to this one, and
Yeah, the choral intro is really, really great, and
yeah.
also I love any good reference to Lucy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I love a good Lucy drop. Like you give me a Lucy drop, and I'm always happy, kind of thing. I
That
know he's probably not going to listen to this, so look forward to the upcoming season of not Critical Misses, of The Wayward Sons.
there you go. That's the end of where I like what I like about this song. This is easily the cheesiest chorus I think they've written so far, and I hate it.
Uh-huh.
I just, it just, it's this like, don't you forget about dying, don't forget about your friend death. Like, it's, there could be a version of this song that I think might be interesting, um, but the like the overly cheesy, almost like, um, if they would say that they're making a like a parody of a like Christian rock song, I would buy that and maybe I would like it a little bit more. But it's just it's too cheesy for me.
I mean, I can get behind that.
Yeah, the bummer. Next track, which image? I'm just gonna read my first note because it's probably the meanest I'm gonna be on this whole album. This is the closest Ghost has come to modern day Muse, which is not a compliment. I'm, so, I'm sorry. Immediately the first thing I thought of.
Oh, jeez, dude, man.
I'm not pulling any punches here, man.
I mean, shots fired.
It's like this like
tenor phrase, man.
It's this like, look, I love Muse. We will probably visit Muse in a future music season at some point.
Yes.
Muse has always been cheesy and overly endearing, and when you match
it's like what if Queen but more modern, essentially.
Right, and like if you match Muse's sort of overly endearing / potentially cheesy lyrics with the right music, like their first 5 or 6 albums, it's really solid. But then when you kind of get up your own butt about it and like start matching the wrong things together, it just kind of falls apart. And I think for me, where which image is on the wrong side of that equation of like the lyrics are okay and like, but all of it just kind of doesn't come together in a way that feels like it has any teeth to it, really.
Uh-huh.
Which I think is the kind of the biggest bummer here.
It feels like you are immediately at that point that Mackie talked about in the Discord channel about this band specifically.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like the back half of this album is that issue that he has is just you all over for the back half of this one.
It just doesn't land for me, really. And like I never want to say, because we grew up in the era of, oh my god, did you hear Green Day's newest album? They totally sold out. And you've heard that for the last like 12 or 15 albums or whatever. So I don't want to come here and say like, oh my god, Ghost got so popular after the previous album that they've sold out and they're just making like arena hits now. But whatever kind of musical change they've made, this album just doesn't land for me past those first couple of tracks. And like, not to say it's bad. Like, I don't think there's any songs in this album that are, you listen to it and you're like, oh god, like what do you, like it's discordant or the guitars were tuned wrong or anything. Like, these are all well-made songs, and it's a band that's like at the prime of their musicianship. It just doesn't land for me at all, really. Next track here is... oh, God.
I can understand.
Yeah. Next track here is a track I'm not even going to try and pronounce the name of. It in Swedish, it translates to Hell Window. God. They've managed to make an 80s synth-heavy medieval song.
I mean, I'm just saying, maybe Ghost should have been on the OST for Doom the Dark Ages.
You know, you're not wrong. It's fine. It's not like this track has 3 instrumentals, or this album has 3 instrumentals. Miasma is really the standout. This song probably could have used another sax solo too, and it'd be like, oh yeah, here we go. But that one just doesn't really do it for me a whole lot either.
Yeah, it's a fine instrumental, I guess.
Yeah. And then last track here, Life Eternal.
So we talked pre-show. I lost my notes for the last couple of songs on this album, which is fine. The thing I do remember is this is a banger of a final track for the album, I feel. Like I feel like it's a really good outro song kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm. You'll be shocked that I don't like it. I think his. I like hearing him do something totally different with his vocals here. I think he's kind of pushing his vocals in a different way. Um, it's just kind of a bummer for me, especially coming off of the end of the last album, that they're kind of doing the standard thing of like, oh, our final track here in the album is just a piano driven ballad. It's like, yeah, I mean, sure, but that's like what every rock band does, where it's like, and here's the softer side of Ghost. It's like, yeah, yeah, but like,
See, I feel like it's a really good wind down song. Like
sure,
the thing I hate about final tracks on albums is when they're the best song on the album. Like, I'm sorry, you open with a track one, side one,
mm-hmm,
that's a banger, you end with a mellow down
mm,
song to wind down the album. I think this does that job really, really well.
sure, yeah. Um, I think lyrically, it's pretty interesting. I just think it doesn't really. You'll be shocked. Doesn't really land for me either. Like the
Hmm.
entire back half of this, or like three quarters of this album, um, which is fine. What do you think about before we get into the sort of in between stuff here? What do you think about Prequelle here?
I think it was a pretty solid album. Like you said, there's a lot of 80s in
Yeah.
here. Like a lot of 80s in here. Maybe too much 80s in here.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I think it was fine. It wasn't the best album, but it did have does have my favorite song on so far, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What was
And I
your
can't help that.
standout here?
It was the one you hate. It was See the Light.
Right.
Um,
Right.
all about the hating. Be a hater.
Mm-hmm.
Enjoy being a hater.
That's
If
right.
people deserve it, be a hater and embrace the fact that you're a hater.
Yeah.
Um,
Let that hate flow through you, etc. etc.
yeah, dude, 100%. Sometimes people deserve to be hated, and they
That's
should be
right.
hated.
N-
We're all about this.
Nothing wrong with being a hater. That's who I am.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I my standout track from this, I think, is still Faith. I think it's kind of a classic Ghost track. But the majority of this album just doesn't do it for me in a way that I I can appreciate that Ghost is continuing to grow their sound, and try something new. Because if they were
Uh-huh.
doing 10 albums of Opus Eponymous, like, sure, that'd be great, but at some point you sort of be like, yeah, what are you? Not everybody can be Chevelle and put out 15 albums that sound the same, and you're like, yep, still great, still
Yeah.
killing it. um so I appreciate that they're kind of continuing to grow. I just don't think it really does it for me at all, which is
Yeah, I think
a
it's
bummer.
fine.
Yeah. um there aren't really any additional songs for this album really that we won't talk about later. But in between this album and then the next one, Impera, they did put out a 2-song EP called 7 Inches of Satanic Panic. It's a 7-inch record. And it features Kiss the Go-Goat and Mary on a Cross. And they this the in-universe fiction is that this album, this EP, was recorded in 1969 by Papa Emeritus Nihil, the guy who plays the sax on Miasma. And they, it was like the earliest incarnation of the band, and then they remastered these songs and re-released them here in whatever is 2021 or 2020, I think it was. So, if you want to hear something that sounds even older than Opus Eponymous, these 2 songs are quite a bit of fun. And then for I think it was a 2 or 3 CD cover album called Metallica Blacklist. Ghost covered Enter Sandman, uh,
Okay.
which
Is it any good?
it's not bad. It's Ghost covering another popular song and then sort of saying like, yeah, Enter Sandman, but we're really going to make it our own, in a way that
Mhm.
I really respect. And I don't know if I necessarily love it, but it definitely is a Ghost cover. And I'm so excited to talk about a Ghost cover at the end of the next episode to wrap this season around another season that we watched pretty recently. So,
Okay. Are we going to talk about It's a Sin later then? Because I accidentally got that one listened to as part
okay.
of the special editions for this.
Oh, right, right, right.
Um,
Yeah, what did you think about that one?
it's a really good cover, I think. As
Mhm.
for once, it's a cover of a song that I know.
Yes.
Yeah, it's unusual. I think they do a good job of it. Like generally do.
Hmm. Yeah, I think as we've sort of covered Ghost throughout the last couple episodes, I think they do a really great cover. Even if you kind of don't know the song, you're sort of like, okay, this is cool. And if you do know the song, you're like, yeah, dang, that's a Ghost song. Okay, sure. So yeah, that's a good cover from around this time as well. All right, well, that's Prequelle. That's our fourth
Yep.
of 6 Ghost albums. So next time we're gonna listen to Impera and some related stuff there. Hopefully you'll join us for that episode. Thank you very much, everyone, for listening. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.